Hey everybody, Console Collector here. I'm selling my PS4 Kiosk. That's right. I want to get rid of my PlayStation 4 Kiosk. Now, I love kiosks. I love kiosk collecting, but honestly, I'm at the point in my collecting journey that if I don't love something, then maybe I shouldn't keep it. Now, don't get me wrong, the PlayStation 4 kiosk is super cool. I put a lot of work into it. I did get it fairly cheap, I'd say about 2 years ago now, but I'm just not in love with it. I love my GameCube kiosks and my Xbox kiosk, but I'm not in love with the PlayStation 4 kiosk. The main reason why I want to sell it is space. Kiosks take up a lot of space, and if you watch my game room tour, you know it's tight down here. And I want to make some room for something new, and the thing that I have to get rid of over any other kiosk is the PlayStation 4 kiosk. Not because I hate it, again, it's because I don't love it. And honestly, it takes the least priority out of my kiosks, so it's time to let it go. I remember when I picked this up, this guy actually was going to gut it and turn it into some kind of like demo station for something else. I can't exactly remember what he said, but I remember he ripped all the lights out and he was destroying this thing. He didn't care it was a PlayStation kiosk. Fortunately, I was able to reinstall the lights and get a TV mount for it and basically restore it. It's a really cool looking kiosk, that's for sure. I love how the PlayStation logo lights up and the PS4 logo, and then the glow of the dummy unit there. It really is an eye-catching unit. However, I've noticed the last few times I've had game nights, nobody ever plays on it, and I don't play on it. It's a great conversation starter, but that's about the extent of it. And I love conversation starters, but something like this, I just can't see much use out of. PlayStation 4 games are long, big games. You don't have time to just stand in front of a kiosk and play. And that's what I love about other kiosks, like my GameCube one or my Xbox One. You can just walk up to it, play a couple rounds of Mario Kart or Smash or something, and turn it off. PS4, that's a lot harder to do. I'm definitely going to miss it. I just love the glow and the look of it. But again, I want to make room for something that I'm going to actually use and enjoy much more than this PlayStation 4 kiosk. I actually already listed the PlayStation 4 kiosk on my local video game group, and I've had a ton of interest already, so I've actually already got a buyer lined up for it. So I just want to do this video to kind of say goodbye to it, because it is a really nice kiosk. I'm going to be sad to let it go, because that's the collector in us, right? We always have that tiny bit of sadness or regret. But I think in the long run, I'm going to be happier that it's gone and I'll have room for something else that I'll enjoy a lot more than this PlayStation 4 kiosk. One other thing I wanted to talk about the kiosk is I actually modified it. So these originally just came with like a dummy console, which you can see on top there, but I actually put a full working PS4 inside the console so you can actually play on this kiosk. And I think that's a good selling feature for it, is it's not just a silly display unit, you can actually play on it. And to me, kiosks should be played on, not just run demo videos. I actually downloaded the Days Gone dynamic theme for it, so I'm definitely going to miss that, having that nice music playing in the background of a game night and stuff like that. So now that I've had a buyer lined up for this thing, you may be wondering, what am I going to replace this with? Another kiosk? No. Something big though. When this thing was announced, I pre-ordered it and I was really excited, and I thought, okay, I got to make room in the game room. What can go to make room for this? And that's when I decided, you know what? I like the PS4 kiosk. I'm not in love with it. I'm going to enjoy this new thing much more than this PS4 kiosk. And the thing I'm talking about is the Marvel vs. Capcom 2 arcade 1-up. Now hold on, you might be thinking, console collector, are you crazy? The PS4 kiosk is more rare and probably more valuable than this, cheap Marvel vs. Capcom 2 arcade 1-up. I can admit arcade 1-ups haven't had the best track history. I've had a couple of them now, including the Turtles and the Mortal Kombat 2 one, and they're fine. They do the job. But I told myself, if they ever do a Marvel vs. Capcom 2 arcade 1-up, I'm getting it. That's an instant buy. That's one of my favorite games of all time. I just love that game. It's so awesome. And sure enough, they announced it. And I said, well, I'm buying it. I'm getting it. And 100% yeah, the PS4 kiosk is going to be far more rare and valuable in the long run. But again, I want something that I'm going to enjoy. And really, I can't put a price on my enjoyment. So that's why I'm getting rid of the PS4 kiosk for the arcade 1-up Marvel vs. Capcom 2. But oh man, do I love this thing. This arcade 1-up is so cool. I've seen the reviews on this thing, and I've seen people complain about, oh, there's no online, oh, there's lag, you know, the buttons suck. You know, that's probably true, but for me, just a casual player that loves the game, I have no complaints at all. I've only had this thing for about a week now, and I'm really enjoying it. I've already played this thing more in the week of owning it than I've played on the PS4, and I've had the thing for a couple years, so this is exactly what I meant. I wanted to get rid of something that I didn't love for something that I do love and I'm going to enjoy for a long time. And I can tell you, I'm having a blast with this arcade 1-up. I think it's really well done, and I absolutely love it. So to wrap up this video, I was kind of wondering, I want to start a discussion here. Is there something in your collection that you don't love, that you would get rid of for something that you do love? And I'm talking about enjoyment versus value. So something that you would get rid of that's valuable for something more that you enjoy, you know, would you do it? Am I crazy for getting rid of a PlayStation 4 kiosk for a mass-produced Marvel vs. Capcom 2 arcade 1-up? Maybe, but again, I prefer my enjoyment over the value. Alright, that's going to wrap up today's video. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share. I'd really appreciate it. You can follow me on social media. The information is on screen now and in the description below. I want to thank everybody for watching. I am the Console Collector, and until the next video, happy gaming.